My father was a tailor. My mother was a housewife, and very traditional and very orthodox Jewish family. And the first language I spoke was Yiddish, and essentially I learned to speak English on the streets and in school. And then I subsequently learned to speak French. But my first language was Yiddish, which I hardly recall today because I haven't spoken it for years. And we lived in a Jewish ghetto which probably measured about 5 miles long and about 3 miles wide, and was occupied by 98% Jews, and lived in, it was a self-imposed ghetto. It was very similar to Irish ghettos and Italian ghettos. Of course, immigrants came over, and where did they feel most comfortable? But living amongst their own people with the same traditions. And then they stepped out from there. I was fortunate because I was the last one to be born. I was the youngest of the family, and so my elder brother and sister, the two eldest ones, of course, when they were after high school, they went to work to support the family. My just older sister, 2 years, she was allowed to go to McDonald school to become a teacher because that was only 1 year. And then when I graduated, it was not important for me to bring money into the family. And I was told if I wanted to go to university, I could, but I would have to go and pay my own way. I could not be supported by the family, which was fine. And that's what I did. I went to McGill. I lived at home, but I still recall it was, tuition was, I think, $300. And I was capable of going out and earning $350 in the summer as a waiter and bartender. So that's part of my luck. And I would have $50 spending money, which would last for the entire 8 months or 9 months of school. I mean, you dish it out very carefully. You walk to school and you walk home. But and it was actually, that was an interesting part for me, because when I went to McGill, it was the first time I actually left the ghetto, and I was meeting Christian people. I was meeting society people. There was actually students who had cars. I mean, my God, not very many, but there was unbelievable thought to me, and that was my expose or my entry into the world. And I found that, but I was far too young. I went to McGill when I was 16, so I was absolutely immature kid, and I know I was very shy, and I was absolutely petrified of the world, and I was scared. I never knew whether I was more scared of McGill or failing, but I knew it was exciting times, but very scary for me.